जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक, तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक। जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। तू चार भुजाधारी मस्तक सिंदूरी रूप निराला, है मूषक वाहन तेरो तू ही जग का रखवाला। तेरी महिमा तू ही जाने, शिव पार्वती के बालक। जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। प्रथम शरण गणनायका,
प्रथम शरण गणनायका,
प्रथम शरण गणनायका,
प्रथम शरण गणनायका।
विघ्न विनाशक सिद्धि विनायक,
विघ्न विनाशक सिद्धि विनायक।
प्रथम शरण गणनायका,
प्रथम शरण गणनायका।
विद्यादायक बुद्धि प्रदायक,
विद्यादायक बुद्धि प्रदायक।
मूषिक वाहन पाहि गजानन,
मूषिक वाहन पाहि गजानन,
मूषिक वाहन पाहि गजानन,
मूषिक वाहन पाहि गजानन।
प्रथम शरण गणनायका,
सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरिया। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरिया। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरिया। सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदायक मंगलमूर्ति मोरिया।
गजानना श्री गणराया, आदि बंधु तुझ मोरया।
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितं महागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियम् गणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दित 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 महागणपतिम्
आओ आओ गणपति देवा आओ आओ वाञ्छितदायक साई गुरुदेवा वाञ्छितदायक साई गुरुदेवा आओ आओ गणपति देवा सत्य साई देवा वामन रूपा वारण देवा साई वारण देवा साई वारण देवा वामन रूपा वारण देवा वाञ्छितदायक साई गुरुदेवा वाञ्छितदायक साई गुरुदेवा आओ आओ गणपति देवा
My humble salutations at the lotus feet of my beloved Bhagwan Sai Ganesha. Jai Sai Ram to all of you. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Gajananam Bhutaganaadisevitam Kapit Jambu Phalacharu Bhakshanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam. Jai Sai Ram to all of you. On behalf of the Leicester Sai Centres, I welcome you to the program of Ganesh Chaturthi today, on the very day of Bhadarva Shukal Paksh Chaturdashi, which is the month of Bhadarva. It's the brighter side of the moon and the fourth day of the brighter side of the moon, which we call Ganesh Chaturthi. And we heartily and with a lot of pomp and show celebrate it around the world. And everybody offers their worship to him. Some people worship him for one day, some people do it for 3 days, 5 days, and most of the people worship him for 9 days. And at the end of the 9 days, they take Ganesha away from their own homes where they worshipped him from 9 days, and people immerse the idol or they immerse Ganesha. I don't like saying idol, so they immerse him in the water, because that is what had happened when Ganesha came. He destroyed the demons and then he took Jal Samadhi. He went inside the water. It is said that Ganesha, all know that he is known as Vigna Harta. And we know that Vigna means obstacles, Harta means the one who removes it. He is also known as Vigneshwara. He's the Lord of all these things like all auspiciousness, and he's the Lord of all the Ganas as well. What the soldiers, the army of Lord Shiva. So today, according to Swami himself, is marked as Ganesha's birthday. And Swami always used to say that everybody has got a master above them, but Ganesha is the master of masters. He does not have any master on top. Okay, so let us all heartily worship him, as I had said in my announcements for those of you who heard it. Let's pray to Lord Ganesha to remove all obstacles from all our lives, especially the obstacle of COVID-19 from the world, which has messed up so many lives. It has taken so many lives, left families devastated. So we pray to our Lord Ganesha, who's the remover of all obstacles, to get rid of this pandemic, and may life become normal again for everyone. And for those who've passed away to another world, may their souls rest in peace, and their families, may they obtain solace and peace and courage and strength to bear the loss. So with those words, I would like to begin the puja, but just to say that most of you must have set up an altar for this puja. I know about some people who've already done it and they've sent me pictures. It's lovely. Everybody has done it must have done it so heartedly. Um, so if you can send the pictures to the link that is being shown on screen right now. This is the link that you need to send your pictures to, and then we will save this as our memory for today. Okay, so without further ado, let us start the Ganesha Puja of today, the Ganpati Puja. Now, before we do the puja, I would just like to say that I thank the Leicester Sai Centres for choosing me to just offer this service at Bhagwan's lotus feet. And I pray to Bhagwan to conduct this puja himself through this body, through this servant of his. So before we begin the Ganpati Puja, you must know this. For those of you who have done pujas with me before, we will do the Manglacharan Vidhi, the ritual of Manglacharan, which gives us the authority to conduct any puja. Without this ritual, we are not allowed to conduct pujas according to the scriptures of the Sanatana Dharma, also known as Hinduism. For those of you who are watching this puja for the first time, I will try and explain each step of the puja in English, and then we can all do it with our heart after knowing why we are doing what we are doing. Okay, but for those of you who do know the meanings already, you've done a lot of pujas with me, I'm sorry, you'll just have to bear with me. Okay, we'll take it each step by step, and when I tell you to do something, I will give you a few seconds to actually carry out the action that I'm telling you to carry out. Okay, so the first thing in the Manglacharan ritual is that we will chant Omkar 3 times. We all know that in the Swami also has said in the Rig Veda that before the 14 universes or the 9 planets or the 5 elements of nature or even the sun and moon existed, Bhagavan existed in the form of Omkar, which was in the form of sound. Okay, that's why in our Paduka Puja we worship a bell, because a bell represents sound, sound energy, and sound energy is considered to be divine energy because Bhagavan resided in the form of sound. Okay, in the sound of Omkar. And we also know that Bhagavan has clearly said 3 Omkars is the telephone call to call him, and once you chant 3 Omkars, he is present in any function that we hold. So today we can, I've got Bhagavan with me seated in the altar. You must have made up altars as well. He's seated, mainly you have to understand, he's seated in the altar of your heart. That is the main thing. Swami always used to say, I don't live in Prashanti Nilayam. I live in your heart. Okay. So with that in mind, let us chant Omkar 3 times by breathing in deeply. Okay. Okay, so the next thing is to offer tilakam. So if you are alone, then you can take some kumkum, which is red powder, dip your hot finger in that in water, and then the kumkum, and then apply a tilakam to yourself. If you are more than one, then you can apply tilakam to each other and some rice grains as well. Why do we apply tilakam? We are worshipping the soul, which according to certain scriptures lives in between the eyebrows on the middle of our forehead, and we are also offering or worshipping the gnana, knowledge, and knowledge comes from the brain. So that is why we offering tilakam over here and nowhere, not any other part of the body. Okay, so let's do that right now. स्वस्तिस्तुया विनाशाख्या पुण्य कल्याण वृद्धिदा विनायकं प्रिया नित्यं तांच स्वस्तिं ब्रुवन्तु नः. Okay. And then I want you to take some water in your left palm, dip your right hand fingers in the water and sprinkle it everywhere on the altar, on the side of the altar, on yourself, on the puja items, everywhere. We are purifying the outside environment. How do we do that? We chant the Gayatri Mantra. Why the Gayatri Mantra? Because there is no other mantra which is more powerful than the Gayatri Mantra. Even Swami used to say that, and it is also written in our scriptures, Gayatri Chhandasa Mata. So let us chant Gayatri Mantra and purify the outside of our environment by sprinkling water. So let's do that now. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now you need to tie a raksha on each other. So if you can take the red thread that you have got, you can break a piece of it. And to men, it should be on the right hand. To married women, it should be on the left hand. Okay. So you need to try just touch the thread to Bhagwan and then tie it as a symbolization of protection. Not that if you don't tie the thread, he doesn't protect you. There is no such thing, okay? Don't take me wrongly, but this is just a symbolization that Bhagwan is protecting you during and after this puja. So this ritual of tying a thread, even Raksha Bandhan, which recently went past and sisters tie Rakhis to brothers. When did it start? Well, it started when Lord Vishnu incarnated in the form of a dwarf. Lord Vishnu incarnated has got 24 incarnations, not 10. Okay, and in one incarnation was when he came as a dwarf, and he asked for 3 steps of land from King Bali, who gave it. But Bhagwan covered the whole world, the Swargaloka and the Netherlands, means the heavens and the nether world, with 2 of his steps, and the third one he kept on Bali's head and thus liberated him. But he had asked only for 3 pieces, 3 steps of land. So there was karma accrued there. So Bhagwan became he gave him the kingdom of the nether world to rule, and Bali became the king there, and Bhagwan became his watchman. So Lakshmi, Goddess Lakshmi, was missing her husband, and that is why she went to King Bali on the Raksha Bandhan day and tied him a rakhi and made him her brother. And when Bali said, "What can I give you as a present, oh sister?" she goes, "Give me my husband back." And that is how Lord Vishnu was freed from the netherworld and he came back into Vishnu Loka. Okay, so this legend has this story. So since then, we are offering Raksha, this thread of protection. So tie it now, please. Yena bado bali raja danavendra mahavala tena twamapi badnami rakshe machala patni vamakare sutram badum saukya danagamam bahu sampati marogyam raksharthe kankanam shubham. Now don't cut or take that thread out until it falls off itself. Okay? Right. Now we are going to purify our inside. So you might ask, Chirag, how do we purify our inside of the body? Well, it is said in our scriptures that if you take some water and sip it by chanting the name of the Lord, then even the inside of the body is purified. So let us do that. Take some water with your left hand in a spoon and give it to your right palm, and then sip it when I say Namaha. You got to do this 3 times when I say Namaha. So let's take some water. Everybody in a family does not need to do this. One person can do it, all the ritual, and then other people can just hold them. So drink the water. Shri Keshava Yanamaha. Drink it. Take some more water. Shri Narayana Yanamaha. Drink it. Shri Madhava Yanamaha. Drink it. So that's 3 times you've sipped water. Now if you can wash your hands on the floor, please. I repeat, not on the plain blank plate. You must have steel plate in front of you, not on that. That's for the Lord to have a bath with. You should wash your hands on the floor, please. So take some water in a spoon with your left hand and wash your right hand. Okay? Shri Vishnave Namaha, Shri Govindaya Namaha. Wipe it with a kitchen towel, please. Iti hastam prakshalayeta. Now we will do pranayam. Now why do we do pranayam? Because pranayam is when you control and focus on your breath, and it makes us focus on one thing. In this case, it's our breath. But what do we say when we breathe? When we breathe in, we say so, and we breathe out, we say hum, so hum, so hum. Okay, what does that mean? That means Tattvamasi, I am that. Who is that? That is God. We are all a form of God. However, Bhagwan has put Maya around us, so we don't realize that. Otherwise, when somebody asks Swami, Swami, are you God? Swami said, yes, I am, and so are you. Okay, but I have realized it, you are yet to realize. Okay, so that is the difference. So we will do Bhastrika Pranayam, which is the easiest one. All you got to do is sit up straight, close your eyes, focus on your breath, and breathe in deeply, hold your breath a bit, and then breathe out fully. I'll guide you. So let us all sit straight. Hands should be in Chin Mudra like this, facing the ceiling, okay? On your knees, strict. Close your eyes. Okay. Now breathe in deeply. Hold your breath and breathe out fully. Second time. Breathe in deeply. Hold your breath and breathe out fully. Third time. Breathe in deeply. Hold your breath and breathe out fully. Okay, so let us focus on the lotus feet of our Lord whilst conducting this puja. Okay, right. Now, if you can take some flower petals, just take one flower and remove all the petals and put them in your puja thali, please. You don't need to break the petals of all the flowers, just one, okay? Let's do that now. And then you take some flower petals and some rice grains in your right hand, and I'm going to chant the mantra for peace invocation. Ya Shri Swayam Sukrutinam Bhavaneshwalakshmi Papatmanam Krutadhiyam Hradayeshu Buddhi Shraddha Satan Kulajana Prabhavasya Laja Kantwana Tasma Paripalaya Devi Vishwam. Offer it in the plate in front of you. Okay, now the next step of Mangalacharan is we need to ask permissions from 4 people before we can conduct any pujas. So I'm going to make you ask permissions and offer flowers and flower petals and rice grains to 4 people, one by chanting mantras. The first permission you need is of your Kul Devi, your family goddess. If you do know who she is, remember and ask her to bless you so that you can do this Ganesh Puja. So take some rice grains and flower petals in your right hand. If you don't know who your family goddess is, you can remember Amba Mataji, who's eldest of the 64 sisters. Okay, so let us ask permission from our Kuldevi. Maya Kundalini Kriya Madhumati Kali Kala Malini Matangi Vijayajaya Bhagavati Devi Shiva Shambhavi Shakti Shankar Vallabhatri Nayana Vagvadini Bhairavi Prem Kare Tripura Paraparamai Mata Kumarishwari Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swada Namostute. Boलिए जगदम्बे मातनी जय. त्रिपुर सुंदरी माँ, अम्बा दया सागरी माँ. त्रिपुर सुंदरी माँ, अम्बा दया सागरी माँ. सुंदर वदनी माँ, अम्बा सुगुण मनोहरी माँ. जय जग जननी माँ, अम्बा जगदोधारिणी माँ. पति निवासिनी माँ, अम्बा पाप विमोचनी माँ. त्रिपुर सुंदरी माँ, अम्बा दया सागरी माँ. Offer the flower petals and rice grains that on the plate in front of you. The second permission you need is of the Brahman who is conducting the puja. Well, I am here to conduct the puja anyway, and I'm very happy and thankful to all of you for taking our time to do this puja today. However, for formality's sake, you need to take some flower petals and rice grains in your right hand and offer them on the plate in front of you. Not now. Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmanetaya Cha Jagadvidaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Now you can offer it. The third permission we're asking from is of our Guru. If you have made a Guru in life, you need to remember him or her and ask for permission to conduct this puja. If you have not made any Guru in life, then Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai is our Sadguru himself. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Bhagwan said in Kali Yuga, what I'm trying to tell you with this sloka is that Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are your gurus. Okay, so you can even ask permission from Bhagwan. Brahmanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Gnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gagana Shadrasham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Sadgurum Tvam Namami. Boलिए Sadguru Deva ki jai. Guru Sadguru Sadguru Sai Ram, Guru Sai Ram, Shri Sai Ram. Guru Sadguru Sadguru Sai Ram. Offer the flower petals and rice grains, please. The fourth permission is of your mother and father. If you're sitting down in this puja as a couple, the husband needs to remember his parents, and the wife needs to remember her parents, each to their own, okay? So you need to ask their permission from your heart so that they allow you to conduct this puja, okay? So take some flower petals and rice grains in your right hand. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. अपने अपने माता पिता गुरुदेव की जय. भूलो भले बीजू बधू, माँ बाप ने भूलशो नहीं. अगणित छे उपकार ना, ए अविशर सो नहीं. We should never forget that we are forever indebted to our parents. The word parents means pay rent to them all your life. Rent of gratitude, rent of love, rent of kindness, rent of affection, rent of care. Okay? No form of Lord would be pleased with you if your parents are not pleased with you. Okay? So even if there is something between you, you want to try and make them understand, or there is some disagreement, there is a way to sort it out. Okay? If it wasn't for them, we would not have existed. So even Bhagwan used to say that you can love me the fourth. First it should be Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. You must love and revere to your mother, your father, your guru, anybody who comes at home as a guest. And from Ganesha's life, we very well know how much he loved his mother and father. Okay, when it was time to get married, then there was a competition, all of you know about it. and everybody was witnessing this. Him and his brother Subramaniam had to go round the world, and Subramaniam started flying on the peacock as his chariot. And Ganesha thought, when will I reach all around with this mouse that I have? So he did the pradakshina, circumambulated his parents 3 times. And when asked that, what are you doing? He said, my world is my parents. My parents mean my world to me. So I have already done my pradakshina 3 times. And then everybody was pleased with this answer, and he was married first as well. And that is how we know how much he loved his parents. So with that, you now need to fold your palms, and we're offering namaskarams to the following deities that I'm going to mention. I always say in the culture of Sanatan Dharma, there are 3 ways of offering your salutations. One is when you fold your palms, that's the easiest one. Second is when you bow down on your knees, which is known as Sarva Arpanam, which means whatever is mine is yours. The best one is Sastang Danvat Namaskar, where you lie down on the floor completely and offer your salutations, which means Sarvasva Arpanam, which means not only whatever is mine is yours, also I am yours. Okay, so that is the best way. So let us offer our salutations by folding our palms. Vim Shriman Mahaganadhipataye Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Param Gurubhyo Namaha, Paramesh, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Lakshmi Narayanaabhyam Namaha, Uma Maheshwarabhyam Namaha, Shachi Purandarabhyam Namaha, Matrupitru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha, Sarvebhyo Brahmanebhyo Namaha, Etat Karma Pradhan Devtabhyo Namaha, Punyam Punyam Dirdamayur Swasti Bhavantu, Punyam Punyam Dirdamayurastu, Sumukhasva Ekadantasva Kapilo Gajakarnakaha, लंबोदरस्व विकटो विघ्ननाश विनायक धूम्रकेतुर् गणाध्यक्ष भालचंद्र गजानन द्वादशैतानि नामानि अपठे शृणुयादपि विद्यारंभ विवाहे च प्रवेशे निर्गमे तथा संग्रामे संकटे चैव विघ्नतस्य न जायते शुक्लांबरधरं देवं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये अभीप्सितार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं पूजितो यस्सुरासुरैः सर्वविघ्नहरस्तस्मै गणाधिपतये नमः विनायकं गुरुं भानुं ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वरान् सरस्वती प्रणाम यादव सर्व कार्यार्थ सिद्धये इति देवता नमस्कारं कृत्वा पुष्पाणि गणेशोपरि समर्पयेत. Take some flower petals and offer it on Lord Ganesha. Okay. Now, next stage is Prayashchit Sankalp, which means that this is the Sankalpam of us agreeing to, and we are confessing to Bhagwan that I am confessing to you, O Lord, that me being a person living in Kali Yuga, knowing or unknowingly, I might have done many sins. However, I am repenting for them and I'm confessing. Now, this is a sankalpam, so you need to take water in your right palm. Tithir Vishnus Tadavaro Nakshadram Vishnuneva cha Yogashvakaranam Chaiva Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagata Haste Jalmadayam. Now you got to say with me 3 times Vishnave Namaha. Okay, so let's do that now. Vishnave Namaha, Vishnave Namaha, Vishnave Namaha. Now you got to repeat what I am saying after me, okay? Mama Iha Janmani Kaika Vachika Mansika Sansargik Gnata Gnata Sparsha Sparsha Bhukta Bhukta Pita Pitadi Kruta Karma Dosha Pariharartham Karishyamana Karmani Adhikara Praptyartham Yatha Shakti Go Nishkrayi Bhuta Dravya Dvara Yatha Shakti, Deha, Shuddhi, Prayashchitam, Karishye. Now drop the water on the steel plate in front of you. Don't say this now. Mana sankalpitam gonishkrai bhuta dravyam acharyaya samarpayeta. So when we confess thus in the accounts that Bhagwan has of our deeds, our bad deeds or our sins are lessened. But now we want our good deeds to increase in these accounts book. So how can you do that? Well, it is said in the scriptures that even when from where you're seated, if you make a decision of offering some grass to cows, then your good deeds increase. Okay? So in your head, you need to make up a decision and a promise that you will offer grass to for cows to eat worth, I don't know, whatever you want to say, £1, £2, £5, whatever. You don't need to tell anybody, but make this decision in your head. And nowadays we are lucky in Leicester, we've got a Gaushala as well. So you can go there and give that donation if you want, or if somebody is going to India, you can give it to them. But do not forget to do this because it is a promise. If you forget to fulfill this promise, you can accrue sins. So don't do that, please. Okay. So again, this is a sankalpam. It's a decision. So take some water in your right palm. Anena gonishkrai bhutam dravyadvara prayashtitakshena karmanam papaha mahavishnu priyantam. Okay. And now we've made the decision to offer some grass to the mother cow, but we have not offered our salutations. So fold your palms, please, and offer your salutations. Gavo mamagrata santu gavo me santu pushtataha. Gavo me hridaye santu gavam madhye vasamyaham. Okay. Now we are going to do the sankalpam of today's puja, the main one. Okay. So take some water in your right hand, and we are telling Bhagwan that on this particular day of this particular month of this particular year, we are offering this Ganesh Puja with the available resources that we have. Okay. Right. So do that. Take some water in your right palm now, please. Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurushasya Vishnu Ragnaya Pravardamanasya Adya Brahmano Dvitiya Paradeshi Shvetvara Kalpe Vaivastatamanvantare Ashtanvinshaditame Kaliyuge Kali Prathama Charane Prulok Europe Khande Oak Dvipe Leicester Pradeshe Dharmaranye Sor ઉત્તરિક ભાગે આનર્ત દેશે બૌદ્ધાવતારે સંવત 2077 ના માસોત્તમ માસે ભાદરવ માસે શુક્લ પક્ષે ચતુર્દશી તિથોયામ શુક્રવાસરે ગ્રહ ગણ વિશેષતાયામ શુભ પુણ્ય તિથौ શાસ્ત્રોक्त પુરાણોक्त ફલ પ્રાપ્ત્યર્થમ સર્વાભીષ્ટ સિદ્ધ્યર્થમ અપ્રાપ્ત લક્ષ્મી પ્રાપ્ત્યર્થમ પ્રાપ્ત લક્ષ્મી અશ્વિર કાલ સંરક્ષણાર્થમ धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष सिद्धि अर्थम अस्माकं सर्वेषां कुटुंबानां क्षेम स्थैर्य आयु आरोग्य ऐश्वर्य अभिवृद्धि पूर्वकम धनधान समृद्धि अर्थम भगवान श्री गणेश देवता प्रसन्नता प्राप्ति अर्थे भगवान श्री गणेश पूजा कर्मम करिष्ये. And now you can offer the water in the plate. Now you need to take some rice grains in your left hand and then cover it with your right hand. Okay, we are on the process of doing Digrakshan, which means we are offering salutations to the deities of all directions for them to protect our puja. Okay, let's do that now, please. Apasarpantu te bhuta ye bhutam bhumi sanstitaha ye bhuta vigna kartaraste nashatu shivagnaya apakramantu bhutani pishacha sarvato disham sarvesham virodhena शांति कर्म करोम्यहम पूर्वे इंद्राय नमः दक्षिणे धर्मराजाय नमः पश्चिमे वरुणाय नमः उत्तरे कुबेराय नमः ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्मणे नमः पाताले अनंताय नमः. Thank you. You can now just your hand is like this, so you can make a hole over here like that, and then just sprinkle the rice like that around in clockwise direction. Let's do that now, please. Okay. Now what I want you to do is we're going to symbolize the killing of our vices before we can worship God. All this is the process of the Mangalacharana ritual, which should be done before you even light a lamp. Okay. So how do we kill our vices? So it's like, when you're walking, then there might be some insects or ants which might die because you step on them accidentally. Or in India and Africa, when you kill a mosquito, how do you do that? Well, you just like, tap and the mosquito dies. So what I want you to do is, you should take your left foot heel. You need to thump it on the ground 3 times, your left foot heel, and then clap 3 times as well. Okay, so let's do that now, please. Vamapadena bhumim trivaram tadedvam bhaumandrinutsarayeta. Okay, now we need to purify our senses. So you take some water in your left palm, and with your right hand fingers, dip them in the water and apply the water on both your eyes and your right ear. Okay, do that now. नेत्रोदकस्पर्शः वा दक्षिणकर्णे जलेन स्पर्शः. Okay. Remaining water you can put in the plate in front of you. Now we are going to do kalasharchan. So if you can take a pinch of rice and put it in front of you, and take your kalash, which is the copper pot, put it on top of the rice, and then pour in a little bit of water in it, and then just keep touching the kalash with your right hand. Touch it with your right hand. Okay. So do that now, please. Svavamabhagyakshatapunjopari kalapuritam kalasham sanstapya. So kalash on some rice, and you're pouring some water in it, and then you're touching it with your right hand. Kalashasya mukhe Vishnu kanthe rudra samashrita. Mune tasya sthito brahma madhya madrugana smrita. Kukshotu sagara sarve saptadepa vasandara. Rugvedo yajurvedo samavedo pyatharvana. Angesha sahita sarve kalashambu samashrita. अत्र गायत्री सावित्री शांति पुष्टि करी तथा यान्तु देव पूजार्थम दुरितक्षय कारका गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी जलेस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु ब्रह्मांडोदर तीर्थानि करे स्पृष्टानि ते रवे तेन सत्येन मे देव तीर्थं देहि दिवाकरा. And then you need to do some mudras, which are hand gestures. So you need to do the kavach mudra like this first. Ho iti kavachena vanguthaya. And then the Matsya Mudra. So that is the mudra for fish. You need to keep your hands like that, and as you can see, my thumbs are facing out, and you need to open down like that. And you need to put your hand on top of the kalash, please. And then do that mudra of a fish with Matsya Mudra Chaga. Okay, and now we have poured in water in the kalash, and the Lord of waters is Varun. So we are offering our salutations to him by saying Om Vam Varunaya Namaha. Om Vam Varunaya Namaha. 8 times. So you need to say that with me, please. Om Vam Varunaya Namaha. 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 Vam Bija Kastvaram Abhimantriya Varunam Avayeta. Keep folding your palms and offer your salutations. Namo Namaste Svatika Prabhaya Sushvetaharaya Sumangalaya Supashastaya Jashasanaya Jaladinathaya Namo Namaste. Now, with the mantras that we've chanted and we have invoked Lord Varun, the water in the kalash is no more water of Leicester. It has been purified, and it is as holy as the water of the Ganges or the Yamuna. So take that water in your right hand from the kalash and sprinkle it all around you for purification. Do that now, please. Apavitra pavitra va sarvavastangato biva yasmaret pundarikaksham sabbhayabhyantarah shuchi atmanam samproksha punahudakam gृहीत्वा भूमिष्व पूजा संभाषण संप्रोक्षयेत पृथ्वी त्वया धृता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुना धृता त्वञ्च मां देवीं पवित्रम् आसनं कुरु. Okay. And now we will offer the Deep Puja. So you need to light the lamp in front of you. So um, why do we light a lamp? Okay, we are lighting a wick, and there is purified butter there. So there are three reasons. One, Lord Vishnu took the form of Agni. Okay, so fire. That is why we say Agni Narayan. Wherever you hear the word Narayan, means Vishnu. Agni Narayan, Surya Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan, Nar Narayan, Badri Narayan, Swami Narayan, all of it. Okay? Yeah. So that's one religious reason why we light the lamp and do darshan of it. It's like meeting Lord Vishnu personally. Second one, the wick burns itself but gives light to others. So even if your heart is burning because somebody did something wrong or bad to you, if you are a true devotee of the Lord, then you must just give light back, not darkness. Third reason of lighting a lamp is that the purified butter symbolizes the vices in our mind and body. The wick symbolizes our ego. When you light the lamp of divinity, like slowly, the purified butter vanishes. Same way now from our lives, vices will vanish. Finally, even the wick will perish. So finally, even our ego will perish. And then we merge into the Lord. So there is a three reasons why we light a lamp. You should even light an incense. Now, why do you light an incense? Again, the incense, before it is lit, it is nice and long, but after 20-30 minutes, it's turned into ashes. When finally we die and we are cremated, we will turn into ashes as well. But we need to learn from the incense. It turned into ashes but gave fragrance to the room. Same way, we will turn into ashes as well. However, we should do such good deeds that we spread good fragrance, good vibes, good auras, and good memories to the rest of the world. Okay? So that's what we learn from the lamp and the incense stick. So let us light it right now. Bodhipadeva rupastam karma sakshya vignokruta yavat karma samapti sattvattvam sustiro bhava. And then take some flower petals and rice grains and offer it next to the lamp, not in it, just next to it outside. Because I said it is the form of Lord Vishnu, so you're offering your love. Rim Dipnathaya Namah Saropachararthe Gandha Pushpani Samarpayami. Now we are doing Surya Narayan Pujanam. So we are worshipping Lord Surya Narayan. At the moment over here it is night, but Lord the sun god, Lord Surya Narayan never rests. Because now somewhere like in Australia, it'll be sunrise. So, and when there's sunset over there, then sun will rise over here. So he's constantly giving us light. Again, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. That's why we say Surya Narayan. Okay? In this country, everybody loves the sun. Everybody's like, I wish the sun came out. I wish the sun came out. So let us worship Lord Surya Narayan. Take some flower petals and rice grains in your right hand. ध्येय सदा सवित मंडल मध्यवर्ती नारायण सन सिजा सन सन विष्ट केल कुल नलवान कीर्तिहारी हिरण्यमय वपुर्धत शंख चक्र हिम सूर्य नारायण देवताभ्यो नमः सर्वोपचारार्थ गंध पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि. And you keep it in your right hand and then look up and throw it towards the sky, where Lord Surya Narayan is. The final step of the Mangalacharan ritual is Hanuman Bhairav Namaskar. We are offering salutations to Lord Hanuman and Bhairav. Why? Because they are known to be bodyguards in our Sanatan Dharma. Hanuman is the bodyguard of Rama and Bhairav is the bodyguard of the goddess. Okay? So same way that they are protecting Rama and the goddess, we are asking them to protect our puja today. So take some flower petals and rice grains in your right hand. मनोजवम मार्गतुल्य वेगम जितेन्द्रियम बुद्धिमताम वरिष्ठम वातात्मजम वानरितमुक्तम श्रीरामदूतम शरणं प्रपद्ये ओम नमो हनुमते भयभंजनाय सुखं कुरु फट् स्वाहा. ययं यक्षरूपं दशदि शिवदनं भूमिकम्पायमानं संसन संहारमूर्ते शिरसि धृतजटा शेखरं चन्द्रबिम्बं दन्दं दीर्घकायं कृतनरपुषं पुष्परेखाकरालं पम्पं पापनाशं प्रणामतः सततं भैरव क्षेत्रपालम् अनया पूजया चतुष्षष्टि भैरव देवताः प्रियन्ताम्. Offer them on the steel plate in front of you. This concludes our Mangalacharan procedure for today. And now I will start today's Ganesh Puja. So there are three types of pujas in the Sanatana Dharma. One is known as Panchopchar Puja, one is known as Shoshopchar Puja, one is known as Rajopchar Puja. In Panchopchar Puja, you offer 5 things to the Lord. Shoshopchar Puja, you offer 16 things to the Lord. And Rajopchar Puja, it goes on for days on end, and you need musical instruments and musicians and the whole shebang, everything, okay? So we are going to perform the Shoshopchar Puja today to Lord Ganesha. First step in Shoshopchar Puja is Dhyanam. We are first remembering him before we can even call him. For example, if you give me a call, okay, you've called me, we are talking, but first you must have remembered me, isn't it? So same way we are performing Dhyanam and remembering Lord Ganesha. So fold your palms, please, and remember him with all your heart. Gajananam Bhudaganadi Sevitam Kapit Jambu Palacharul Bhakshanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Vigneshwar Padapankajam Vigneshwaraya Varadaya Surapriyaya Lambodharaya Sakalaya Jagatitaya Nagananaya Sutyagya Vibhushitaya Gauri Sutaya Gananatha Namo Namaste Om Siddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Saichima Ganapate Nama Dhyanam Samarpayami. Okay, now we are going to do Avahan, which means I'm going to chant a mantra which would formally welcome him. So just take some flower petals and rice grains in your right hand, and make sure you take your Ganesha with 2 Riddhi Siddhi, his 2 wives. So you must have 2 betel nuts. If you don't, if you purchase them, you can put them there now. So in front of you in the steel plate, put Lord Ganesha there with his 2 wives, which are the 2 betel nuts. The betel nut is only a symbolization. Should never say betel nut. You should say Riddhi and Siddhi. Those are Ganesha's 2 wives, which means all auspiciousness. Okay, so now we will take some rice grains in our right hand and welcome Lord Ganesha to our homes. Okay, so He Rambatvameyo Hi Ambikatrambakatmaja Siddhi Buddhi Patetraksha Yakshara Bhapati Prabho Om Siddhi Siddhi Mahabudhi Saichima Ganapate Namah Avahanam Karomi. And then we need to offer a seat to Lord Ganesha. We all know that Lord Ganesha loves the color red. His flower, as you can see, I've kept here a red flower. His clothes are red. He's even in your altar today, we got a red cloth. Even the grains he's seated on are wheat, which is red. So he loves the red color. So we are offering him a red color seat to sit on. Okay, so let's do that. Take some rice grains in our right hand and offer them as a symbolization of offering him a seat. Ramyam Sushobhanam Divyam Sarvasaukshakaram Shubham Asanam Chamaya Datta Gruhana Garanayaka Om Siddhi Siddhi Mahabudhi Sai Shima Garbate Nama Asanam Samarpayami. Okay. Now, if we can wash his lotus feet, so take a spoon of water and wash his lotus feet, and towards both the Matajis as well. So let's do that now, please. Ushnodakam nirmalam cha sarva saugandha sanyuktam padaprakshalanarthaya dattam te pratigriyatam Om Siddhi Siddhi Mahabudhi Saichima Ganapate Nama Padaprakshalanam Samarpayami. Okay. Now Argyam. So we are offering him some water to wash his hands. Basically, we are freshening him up. He's come to our homes all the way from Kailasa. So let us offer some more water for him to wash his hands. Argyam Gruhana Devesha Gandha Pushpaksate Sa Karunakara Me Deva Gruhana Argyam Namostute. Om Siddhi Siddhi Mahabudhi Saichima Ganapate Namaha Argyam Samarpayami. Okay. Now Achman, so we are offering him some water to drink. In India, basically, in Indian culture especially, when you go to somebody's house, they'll offer you tea, coffee, or whatever, Coca-Cola or orange juice later on. First, they will always offer you some water. So we are offering him this water as a beverage. So take a spoon of water and keep it next to his mouth. Don't pour it on him. This is for him to drink. Okay? And then you can pour it in the plate after I've finished chanting the mantra. So let's do that now. Please take a spoon of water, keep it next to his mouth. Sarvatirtha samayuktam sugandhim nirmalam jalam achamyatam maya dattam gruhana parameshwara Om Shuddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Achmanyam Samarpayami. Okay. You can pour it in the plate now. Now snanam. So we are offering him a bath. So just like when we have a shower or a bath, we have it with water first. Same way, we are offering water to Lord Ganesha. So 3 spoons on the top. Make sure the spoon does not touch him. That's like the shower hitting our heads. Okay. So make sure it's from the top and to both the Matajis as well. 3 spoons, please, of water. Ganga Saraswati Reva Payoshni Narmada Jale Dana Pidotsi Maya Deva Tatha Shanti Kurushvame Om Shuddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Snanam Samarpayami. And now we will offer him the snanam with milk. So if you take a spoon of milk and offer it on top to him and both Riddhi Siddhi. Kamadenu samudbhutam sarvesham jivanam param pavanam yajna hetushya payah snanartha samarpitam Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha payah snanam samarpayami. The next one is him bathing with yogurt, dahi. So take some little bit of yogurt in a spoon and offer it on from top to Lord Ganesha and Riddhi Siddhi. Payasastu samudbhutam madhuramlam shashi prabham dadyanitam maya deva snanartham tatigrihtam mam Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Dadhi Snanam Samarpayami. Then we are offering purified butter. So with that you can just take with your hot finger a little bit and just touch him with some ghee. Lord Ganesha and both Riddhi Siddhi. Navanita samutpanna sarva santoshakarakam dhrutam tubhyam pradasyami snanartham pratigrihatam Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namah Dhruta Snanam Samarpayami. And then same thing you do with honey. Take some honey just in your hot finger and just touch him and 2 Matajis with a little bit of honey. Taru pushpa samudbhutam suswadu maduram madhu teja pushtikaram divyam snanartham pratigrihatam Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namah Madhusnanam Samarpayami. Now you must have some sugar candy water. If you don't, then take some sugar candy in a bowl, pour some water on it. That water you take in a spoon and make Lord Ganesha have a bath with it. And the 2 goddesses as well. Ikshusara Samadbhuta Sharkara Pushtikarika Malapaharika Divya Snanartham Datigritamma Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Sharkara Snanam Samarpayami. And now, before we offer pure water and clean Bhagwan, I'd like to offer Abhishekam to him. So now listen to me very carefully. You need to take quite a bit of water and you need to pour it on Lord Ganesha continuously in a slow stream whilst we chant the Ganpati Atharvasesham, which is a very powerful Ved mantra. Okay, so I repeat, you are now pouring water on Lord Ganesha in a continuous slow stream, which acts as Abhishekam, whilst we chant the Ganpati Atharva Sirsham. That is quite a long mantra. So please do bear with me and carry on pouring water on Lord Ganesha. The very fact that Bhagwan is giving you and me a chance of performing Abhishekam on his very birthday, we are so lucky. Okay, so with that in mind, I'll ask for the Ganpati Authorization to be played now. Jai Sai Ram.
भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः चित्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनोभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वा आत्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वमावस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यम् त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वमिन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरो गणादि पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादि तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धे एन्दुरसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपम् गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्च आद्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादसन्धानम् संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेश विद्या गणक ऋषिः निश्चित गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणम् रथै च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजम् रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितम् भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृते एव पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः। नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय वरदमूर्तये नमः। एतदथर्वशीर्षं योधीते स ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते स सर्वविघ्नैर्न बाध्यते स सर्वत्र सुखमेधते स पञ्चमहापापात् प्रमुच्यते। सायमधियानो दिवसकृतं पापं नाशयति प्रातरधियानो रात्रिकृतं पापं नाशयति। सायं प्रातः प्रयुञ्जानो पापो पापो भवति सर्वत्राधियानोपविघ्नो भवति। धर्मार्थकाममोक्षं च विन्दति। इदमथर्वशीर्षमशिष्याय न देयम् यो यदि मोहात् दास्यति स पापीयान् भवति। सहस्रावर्तनाद्यं काममधीते तान्तमनेन साधयेत्। अनेन गणपतिमभिषिञ्चति स वा आग्मी भवति। चतुर्थ्यामनश्न्यां जपति स विद्यावान् भवति इत्यथर्वणवाक्यम्। ब्रह्माद्यावरणं विद्यार्नभिधेति कदाचनेति। यो दूर्वान् कुरैर्यजति स वैश्रवणोपमो भवति। यो लाजैर्यजति स यशोवान् भवति स मेधावान् भवति। यो मोदकसहस्रेण यजति स वाञ्छितफलमवाप्नोति। यः साज्यसमिद्भिर्यजति स सर्वं लभते स सर्वं लभते। अष्टाब्राह्मणान् सम्यक् ग्रहायित्वा सूर्यवर्चस्वी भवति। सूर्यग्रहणे महानद्यां प्रतिमासन्निधौ वा आजप्त्वा स सिद्धमन्त्रो भवति। महाविघ्नात् प्रमुच्यते महादोषात् प्रमुच्यते महापापात् प्रमुच्यते महाप्रात्यवायात् प्रमुच्यते। स सर्वविद् भवति स सर्वविद् भवति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Okay, that concludes our Abhishekam. So now, if you can pour some fresh water onto Lord Ganesha, and whoever is sitting there, if you're sitting as a couple, then the husband can clean Lord Ganesha properly, wipe him with a nice clean cloth, and place him in the middle of the wheat swastika that we've made. And the ladies in the house can clean the two goddesses and wipe them with a clean cloth and place them next to Lord Ganesha, left and right side, on the swastika of wheat grains. So let us do that now, please. Ganga jalam samanshidam nadi tirtha samudbhavam snanartham cha maya dattam gurhyatam parameshwara. Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Shuddhodaka Snanam Samarpayami. I'll give you some time to do that. Make sure you clean him properly and with water, and then wipe him with a proper clean kitchen towel or cloth towel, and then place him in the middle of the swastika. Okay. Okay. And then I want you to do me a favor, and you know the plate which contains the water with which Bhagwan has a bath with. If we throw that water away, or even pour it in the garden, it is a sin that is accrued because it contains the vibes of him and his blessings. So to avoid that, what we should do is take some flower petals from that water and smell them deeply and take the vibes and the blessings in you. And then you can put them flower petals away. And then if we throw that water in the garden, then we don't accrue anything. So please do that now, everybody. Take some flower petals which are in the water, and then smell them deeply. And just take Bhagwan's mercy, grace, and compassion in you. Okay? So then put the flower petals away and move away that plate as well. And make sure you come forward towards the altar, because you need to access the Lord now. So he can't be far off. So make sure you come closer to the altar, please. Okay? Right. The first thing we are offering to him now is a janeu, which is the sacred thread that men wear in the Sanatan Dharma. So I've asked you to, I had asked you to buy a white thread. So if you can take that, you can, if you're, or depending on how big your Ganesha is, take some of that make that into a circle and make him wear from his left shoulder like this. Okay, so it's not like a garland; it is from the left shoulder like this, all the way around. Okay, let's do that now, please. Now Vistantu Meryukta Triguna Devatamayam Upavitam Maya Dattam Gurana Parameshwaram Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Saichima Ganapataye Namaha Yagna Pavitam Samarpayami. Now you're offering Vastram to Bhagwan. Vastram, how do we symbolize that? We take the red thread and again make it into a circle and make him wear just like a garland. And two smaller round threads, we can put them on top of the two goddesses, Ganpati's two wives, Riddhi and Siddhi. Let's do that now, please. So take some red string, make it into a circle, make it wear it like a garland, and two little red string circles, make them, make the goddesses wear them as a symbolization of wearing clothes. Sarvabhushadike Saumya Lokalajjani Varanam Mayopapadite Tubhyam Vasasi Pratigretam Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sait Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Vastram Samarpayami. Then we are going to offer some sandalwood. So you dip again this hard finger in water, and then sandalwood, which is the orange powder, and then you give tilakam to Lord Ganesha and the two goddesses. Let's do that now, please. Shrikhandam Chandanam Devyam Gandhajam Sumanoharam Vilepanam Surasreshta Chandanam Pratigretam Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sait Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Chandanam Samarpayami. And then we're doing the same thing with the kumkum powder, which is the vermilion powder, which is red in color. So same hard finger in water first, then in the kumkum, and then offer tilakam to Lord Ganesha and the two goddesses. Kumkumam kamanadivyam kaminyam kamasambhavam kumkumenarchito deva priyatam parameshwara Om Shri Riddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Kumkumam samarpayami. Then offer rice grains again to all three of them. Akshata surasreshta kumkumakta sushobhita. Maya nivedita bhaktya gruhana parameshwara. Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Akshatan samarpayami. Then we offer a flower to Lord Ganesha, preferably red in color. If you don't have a red flower, it's fine. You can use any other flower. Malyadini Sugandhini Malyatyadini Vaiprabho. Mayanidani Pushpani Gruhana Parameshwara. Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Pushpani Samarpayami. Then some, if you have got tulsi leaf, you can take that and offer it. If you don't have a tulsi leaf, you can offer some rice grains. Tulsi mehema rupan charatna rupan chamanjarim bhava moksha pradam tubhyam arpayami haripriyam. Om Siddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Tulsi dalani samarpayami. And then you've got three powders with you: the sindur, the abil, and the gulal. The white powder, the orangish powder, and the pink powder. You need to take a pinch of all them and sprinkle it on all three deities, please. Do that now, please. Abilamayu Shorguddhil Gulala Prativardhanam Sindurena Samayuktam Gritam Parameshwara. Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Saubhagya Dravyam Samarpayami. Okay, now you take the incense that you've lit in your left hand and you offer the dhupam to Bhagwan like that. Okay, let's do that. If you have a bell, you can ring that as well. Vanaspati rasodbhuto gandharyo gandhottamaha agreyas sarvadevanam dhupoyam pratigradama. Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Dhupam samarpayami. And now we will, same way we'll offer the deepam. So just from where you are sitting, you can offer the deepam like I've got the deepam here. I can just offer it like that to Bhagwan, okay? So offer the deepam to Bhagwan as well. Sajam chavaddi sayuktam vaninam yojitam maya deepam gruhana devesha trailokya timirapaha. Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Deepam samarpayami. Okay. Now we are going to offer some fresh grass. Why do we offer grass to Lord Ganesha? Bhagwan has explained that there was a time when Lord Shiva was playing a dice game with Goddess Parvati, and the umpire was none other than Nandi, the bull, which is a chariot of Lord Shiva, the vehicle. Okay, and he kept saying that the Lord is one, the Lord is one, because with God's will, Lord Shiva was winning, and Mother Parvati was rather upset, and she gave him a curse. And afterwards, when the Nandi asked for forgiveness and said, "How do I get rid of this curse?" Then Mother Parvati said that in the month of Bhadarva, which is this month, on the brighter side of the moon, which is today, the fourth day, which is today, offer your favorite item to my son. So Nandi the bull offered grass to Lord Ganesha. Since then, we also offer grass in puja of Lord Ganesha. So let us take some grass and offer it to Lord Ganesha. Durva Kurana Swaritan, Nutana Mangala Pradhan, Anitam, Stava Puja, Tham Gruana Garanayaka, Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namah, Durva Kuran Samarpayami. And now we are offering Naivedyam to Bhagwan. We all know the food that Lord Ganesha likes is laddu. Okay, so whichever laddu you have made, whether it is bundi, whether it is churma, whether it is magaj, whether it is aladya, whatever you have made, you can offer it to him. If you have any other prasadam, any other nuts like almonds and cashew nuts and peanuts and groundnuts, whatever you have, if you've got a fruit as well, you can offer. If you don't have laddus and you've got jaggery, you can even offer jaggery, good. You can offer to Lord Ganesha as well. Let us do that now. Sharkara khanda khadhyani dadikshira dutani cha aharam bhaksha bhojam cha naivedyam pratigredamma Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Naivedyam Samarpayami. And now we need to make him eat morsel by morsel. But Bhagwan eating and us watching him, it's a bit embarrassing. So we hold our left hand as a curtain in front of our eyes, and with our right hand, we feed him morsel by morsel when I say Namaha. So let us do that now, this symbolization. Om Pranaya Swaha, Om Apanaya Swaha, Om Vyanaya Swaha, Om Udanaya Swaha, Om Samanaya Swaha, Om Brahmane Namaha. Now take a spoon of water, offer it for him to drink next to his mouth. Don't pour it on him, it's for him to drink. And then pour the water in the steel plate. Please do that now. Madhyapanyam samarpayami. And then this is him drinking water in the middle. Okay, and now he's carrying on eating. So we are feeding him again. Punah naivedyam nivedayami. Do that symbolization again as we done previously. Om pranaya swaha. Om apanaya swaha. Om vyanaya swaha. Om udanaya swaha. Om samanaya swaha. Om brahmane namaha. Now offer 2 drops of water next to Lord Ganesha for washing his hands and his mouth as well. Let's do that now. Hasta prakshalanam samarpayami. Mukha prakshalanam samarpayami. Okay. Now we are going to make mukwas, which is the mouth freshener for Lord Ganesha. So if you take a betel leaf in your hand, and then you can put in cardamom and cinnamon, and then fold it from the bottom in a V shape. Make sure you remove the stalk bit, please. And then you can cover the top bit and then put a PS club in it. It becomes bida, we call it, or a pan, and you offer it as a mouth freshener to Lord Ganesha. Let's do that now, please. Pugi phalam mahadevyam nagavalle taneryutam eladi churna sanyuktam tambulam pratigretam Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Sri Mahagarapate Nama Mukvasate Pugi Bharatambulam Samarpayami. Now offer Namaskaram to Bhagwan on this auspicious day of Ganesh Chaturthi. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Sri Mahagarapate Namaha Prarthana Purvak Namaskaram Samarpayami. And now you're offering a present to Lord Ganesha. Okay? So what can we offer to the Lord, who is the one who's given us everything? So we don't really own anything apart from our love. So as a symbolization, you can take some flower petals and let us offer our love to Lord Ganesha. Hiranyagarbha garbhastham hema bijam vibhavasau ananta punya phaladamata shanti prayachame Om Shriddhi Siddhi Mahabuddhi Sahit Sri Mahagarapate Namaha Prema Dakshinam Samarpayami. Offer it at his lotus feet. That concludes our Ganesh Puja for today. Now we will do the Kalash Puja. It is also known as Punya Havachan, which means in Gujarati we say Punya no Udai Thavo. Punya Vadhe Apra Puja thi. So it is increasing the good deeds in Bhagwan's books of accounts. So we are doing the Kalash Puja now. Why do we do the Kalash Puja? Because during the churning of the ocean, Lord Dhanvantari had come out with a kalash full of divine nectar, the life-giving Amrit. And whoever would have a taste of that would be immortal. And the demons won the war over the deities, the devatas. And if they would drink it, then I don't think we would exist right now. So Lord Vishnu took the form of a beautiful lady, which is known as the Mohini Avatar. And he fed the demons with, she fed the demons with wine and alcohol. And when they were all like tipsy, she fed the life-giving Amritam to the deities, the Devatas. That's why they are worthy of worship. However, two demons were there such that they dressed up. They came in disguise as Devatas. So they had Amrit as well. Who were there? Rahu and Ketu. And now because they had the life-giving nectar, we worship them as well now as 2 of the 9 planets. And then when the Kalash was emptied, the Kalash told Lord Vishnu that even demons with the touch of Amritam on their lips, they became worthy of worship. I came out full of it. What about me? So Lord Vishnu gave a boon, a vardhan to the Kalash that in the Kali Yuga, whenever pujas will be done, your puja will be done as my own symbol. So the Kalash symbolizes Lord Vishnu, and we put a coconut, isn't it, on top. Why do we do that? Coconut in Sanskrit is known as Shrifal. Shri means Lakshmi, Fal means fruit. Coconut was a fruit given on earth by Mother Lakshmi. Okay, and not only that, we learn from the coconut because the coconut grows in, how does it grow? It can't grow in this country. Why? Because there's no salty water. It needs salty water to grow. So it takes all the salty water in and grows. But when it gives back, what water it gives? Sweet water. It doesn't matter if somebody are salty or bad towards you, you should always be sweet towards them. That is bhakti. First thing. Second one, the coconut is hard from outside, isn't it? Right? But from inside, it is pure white and soft. So when we go to work in this Kaliyug, if we become all goody goodies, then some people can, walk over us and take advantage in the wrong way. So at work, we need to be smart. We might even need to be assertive. Like I'm a teacher, and sometimes I need to be assertive in my job. Okay, but inside from our heart, we need to maintain that purity, that whiteness, that softness. Okay, that's what we learn. So in the Kalash Puja, first of all, take some rice grains, put it in front of you, take the Kalash, be it of copper or steel, doesn't matter, put in front of you and just touch it with your right hand. Hemarupadi Sambhavam Damrajam Sudradam Nam Kalasham Daut Kalmasham Chidravarna Vivarjidam. Okay. And now you pour in water until half of it is full. Jivanam Sarva Jivanam Pavanam Pavanatmakam Bijam Sarvos Dinam Chatanjale Puchamyaham. And then I want you to offer 4 tilakams to the Kalasham. One's like 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. You need to move your hand, don't move the Kalash. And then offer rice grains. We are doing Ved Puja. We are invoking the 4 Vedas and worshipping them. Om Rigvedaya Namaha. Om Samvedaya Namaha. Om Yajurvedaya Namaha. Om Atharva Vedaya Namaha. I'll wait for you to offer rice grains now. Okay. Now you take a piece of the red string and tie it on the neck of the Kalash, please. Do that now, please. Sutram Karbasa Sambudam Brahmana Nirmitam Pura Yena Badum Jagat Sarva Veshtanam Kalashasya Cha. Okay, then I'd ask you to buy a piece of turmeric, dry piece of turmeric. So put that in the Kalash as well. Devebhya Purvato Jata Devebhya Sriyugam Pura Shatam Tannu Chayar Babro Jevana Jevanaya Cha. Then put some flower petals or some flowers in the Kalash. Vividham Pushpa Sanjate Devanam Prativardhanam Shiptam Yatakarya Sambudam Kalashe Prakshipamyaham. Then put some fresh washed grass now. Durvayamrita Sampanne Shatamule Shatankure Shavapataka Sanhartri Shatamayushyavardhive. And then place 5 betel leaves in the Kalash where they are placed, as you can see them out as well. Ashwatha Dumbara Plaksha Chuvanya Grodha Pallava Panchabhanga iti prokta sarva karma sushobhana. Then to take a 2 pence or a 1 pence or any sort of money coin and put it inside the Kalash, please. Dhanyaushadhi manushyanam jivanam paramam smritam shittam yatakarya sambhuta kalashe prakshipamyaham. And if you've not drawn a swastika on the coconut, you can do that now. Please draw a swastika with kumkum, the vermilion powder, red powder, on the coconut, and then we'll place it on top of the Kalash. Let us do that now, please. Idhanam sarva vastunam sarva karya sadhanam sampurna kalashoyena patre tata kalashopari. Now, if you're doing this puja as a couple, then the husband should fold his left leg behind and then take the Kalash and place it on his right shoulder. Do that now, please. Otherwise, if you're just sitting alone, then you can just take the Kalash and touch it to your head, and then we need to place it in the middle of the rice cream circle that we have made. do that now for me, please? I'll give you a bit of time. Okay, right. So this concludes our Ganesh Puja today. We will now offer Arati to our beloved Lord Ganesha, our beloved Lord Sai Ganesha. So please light your Artis if you have made an Arti plate. If you have not made an Arti plate, then even the incense stick will do, as you can do Dhup Arti as well. So we will, and after the Arti, you'll see me back and we will offer Kshama Prarthna to Bhagwan, and then I'll tell you what to do with all the puja items, and then we will conclude today's program. Okay, so let us now offer Aarti to Lord Ganesha. I'll give you some time to light the Aarti first. Okay, now let's begin Bhagwan's Aarti now. Let us offer Aarti. So stand up, please, and sing the Aarti as it is being played. Jai Sai Ram. Indeed, samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. This is the mission that Bhagwan has come on earth in Kali Yuga, and he walked amongst us just as one of us, speaking, laughing, joking, and giving us divine messages from time and time again. Um, Bhagwan has clearly said that if prayers work wonders, and if we pray for others, they are answered first, and our prayers are automatically answered. Even in the film of Jesus Christ, Bhagwan said, "Pray for thy neighbor," isn't it? So we are praying for everybody, everybody's joy, everybody's peace, happiness, and for the world to get rid and be freed from the jaws of this pandemic known as COVID-19. Meanwhile, for us devotees, Bhagwan had given a message last year in the Laksharchan that we conducted: purity, patience, and perseverance. Purity in our thought, word, and deed. Patience regarding the pandemic, and perseverance in our prayers. We need to offer prayers, and keep praying persistently. Okay, so before I announce anything further, we will offer Kshama Prarthana to Bhagwan, and ask him for forgiveness if we've done anything wrongly, starting from the shopping of the puja materials, into offering the pujas or chanting mantras or singing bhajans or whatever. If we've made any mistakes, for him to forgive us. So please, if you can take some rice grains and flower petals in your right hand. करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत् क्षमस्व जय जय करुणादे श्री प्रभु साईनाथ जय जय करुणाब्दे श्री साई देव शंभो अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्य भावेन रक्ष रक्ष परमेश्वर आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजा विधिं न जानामि क्षमस्व साईश्वर क्षमस्व परमेश्वर. Now offer those rice grains and flower petals at Lord Ganesha's lotus feet. Okay. And we've just said to him that without you, we don't have any other refuge. In reality, we don't know how to properly welcome you, to bid you farewell, to do your puja. But from whatever knowledge we have and whatever resources we had, we offered this puja with our love. Please accept it, our Lord. Okay. Lord Ganesha has got many names, but 12 are very common. And if possible, we should recite these names 3 times a day. It's like having paracetamol. People say morning, afternoon, and evening, like that. So if we can offer these names, it would be great. And these 12 names are Sumukh, Ekdant, Kapil, Gaj Karnak, Lambodar, Vikat, Vignanash, Vinayak, Dhumraketu, Ganadhyaksh, Bhalachandra, Gajanan. These are the 12 names. So if we can, then we should. If anybody wants to know these 12, I can even send them to you on any sort of communication. Just remind me, please. And now I would like to explain what to do with the altar. So I would keep Lord Ganesha on that altar today. He's your guest in the house on his birthday. And then tomorrow morning, you can bid him farewell by lighting a lamp and incense stick and offering him some breakfast. And then you can take some rice grains in your hand and thank him for blessing you with his presence. Thank him for allowing you to do his puja, and ask him for forgiveness for anything that you may have done wrong. And then offer the rice grains at his lotus feet and move the pedestal to the front just an inch. And then the grains you can feed it to the birds, anything edible, including the coconut on the kalash. You can have that as prasadam. The deities, you can put them back in your mandir, including the two Riddhi Siddhi, all of them in your mandir. And if there's any flowers or threads or anything like that, you need to put them in flowing water or in the garden. Okay, so that is what you will need to do tomorrow morning. Okay, could be any time. It's fine. Okay, before 12 o'clock. Now one more thing to pencil in your diaries. 24th September, which is a Friday, we are going to hold a Palki procession of Bhagwan Sainath because we'll be reading the Shirdi Sai Charitra the next day, which is Saturday, 25th of September. Now, obviously, this program is not going to be a normal program because of the corona regulations. The logistics and everything we will let you know later on. However, it will also be live on this YouTube channel. So for those of you who can't come over there, you'll be able to see it live from home as well. One thing to mention is, if you are a good reader and you can read English really well, can you please give your names to either me or Palvi Ben or Nalini Ben, or you can even email us and let us know so that we know, because we are going to have a rota of people reading. Okay, so we need readers at the moment, as well as people to perform seva on the day. There's a lot of seva that needs to be done. You don't need to do everything. You can just let us know when you're free, and accordingly some seva will be allocated to you. And thus we will celebrate Shirdi Baba's birthday, and what better way to celebrate and start the live sessions back at the center, but not normally, obviously, like I said, but what better way after 1.5 years. But once again, Friday the 24th of September, the Palki procession from 8 to 9 p.m. And Saturday, 25th of September, it will be from 5:30 in the morning. We will offer Kakarati, Mangal Snan of Bhagwan, and then the Parayan, the reading. Okay, as usual, we'll have Madhyanarti at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the Dhoparti after we finish the Parayan. Once again, for all of you who've taken out your time and perform this puja today, I am very grateful on behalf of Leicester Sai Centres, and I hope you enjoyed this puja from the comfort of your own homes. You enjoyed worshipping Lord Ganesha on his birthday, Ganesh Chaturthi. I want to thank the Leicester Sai Centres for allowing me to, just act as an instrument where Bhagwan is performing this puja. So I'm very, very indebted and grateful to all of you. And more than anything else, on behalf of all of us, I wish Lord Ganesha a happy birthday, and I thank him in his real form as well as the form of Satya Sai Ganesha for letting this puja happen, because without his will, not even a leaf can move. So from all of us, I thank you, our beloved Lord Sai Ganesha, for allowing us to worship you today and to remember you and to chant your glory. And please give us these opportunities again and again. So thank you, all of you. And we will now end with a Vibhuti mantra, which I'll chant, and then you can take Vibhuti, and then we will end today's program. Okay? Paramam pavitram baba vibhutim, paramam vichitram leela vibhutim, paramarthaishtartha moksha pradhanam, baba vibhutim idamashrayami. Sacred, holy, and supreme is Baba's vibhutim, pouring forth in sacred stream this play of vibhutim. So auspicious is its might, it grants liberation. Baba's vibhutim, his powers protects me. Now before we end, just say Ganpati Bappa Moria 3 times, and we will offer Jaykar to Bhagwan 3 times as well. Ganpati Bappa Moria, Ganpati Bappa Moria, Ganpati Bappa Moria. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki, जय जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साईं बाबा जी की जय जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साईं बाबा जी की जय जय साईं राम चोलो।
गणपती सूरनिरागस हो गणपती सूरनिरागस हो सूरनिरागस हो गणपती सूरनिरागस हो शुभनयना अधिपति सुरपति छंदपति गंधपति निरंतर हो निरंतर हो सूरनिरागस हो सूरनिरागस हो गणपति सूरनिरागस हो मोरया मोरया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया 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 गणपति बाप्पा मोरया गजवदना तू सुख करता गजवदना तू सुख करता गजवदना मोरया 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 गणपति बाप्पा मोरया गजवदना तू सुख करता गजवदना तू सुख करता गजवदना मोरया मोरया सूरनिरागस हो गणपति सूरनिरागस हो अधिपति सुखपति छंदपति गंधपति अधिपति सुखपति छंदपति गंधपति सुरपति निरंतर हो निरंतर हो सूरनिरागस हो सूरनिरागस हो गणपति सूरनिरागस हो मोरया मोरया गणपति
समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु 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 ॐ शान्ति शान्ति